It's the 8th of October. This is the weekly spread.
Welcome everybody, welcome to another episode of the weekly spread. I'm Jason, this is Rick.
Hey guys, how are we?
Welcome to the weekly show where we talk about things that we found interesting throughout the week, Rick.
Yep.
And like every other goddamn week, there was shit to talk about.
There's
Rick.
a lot of shit to talk about this week.
Absolutely. So let's not piss fart around, mate.
Let's get it up.
Let's get straight into movies. We've got some interesting story from the world of the silver screen. And the first story I've got for you, mate, is really about the upcoming sequel to... What's the film, Rick?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable, that's right. Oh, you're thinking I was going to turn around and say Split.
No, that just came out.
No, actually they have started gathering all the cast together for the upcoming sequel to Split, as well as Unbreakable, which currently is titled Glass. This is Shyamalan's third entry into the series after coming back out of a bit of a renaissance. So no more talking trees, more awesome films. He's been back to it. He's
done some shockers.
with that last film, Split, which
that was good.
I loved. I thought it was a great film. Certainly highly entertaining.
As with McAvoy.
Stella got his groove back, I would assume, with that one. So did really, really well. So now, obviously that means this is bringing the universe of Split, the universe of the Unbreakable, and melding them together for this sequel. Now, obviously, that means Bruce Willis is back. We've got Samuel Jackson is back. James McAvoy is back, of course. Anya Taylor-Joy, who played the girl in Split, she's back as well. So it is a kind of, what they're saying, it's a kind of a superhero film that they're making. Which I know it sounds a bit odd, but
it's a bit
at its very essence, Unbreakable is a superhero film.
Yes, that's correct.
So it's going to be very different to anything that's kind of come before. So you're not expecting to see the same type of film as Unbreakable, nor you're going to see the same type of film as Split. They're going for something.
Any release dates on when that's going to come out? Or?
Look, no, they're pretty coy on that at the moment. I do know it's a 2018 release, but I don't know exactly when. So it is 17 years since Unbreakable. It's been that long. So
has it really?
Yep. So it's going to be great to see them tie this story up and get a completion to what so far has been two very good entries into the series.
Cool.
Now moving on, Rick.
What do we got?
We're talking about Todd McFarlane. Now, Todd McFarlane, if you don't know out there, guys, is the creator of Spawn. That's what he's best known as well as he's done some Spider-Man and that as well. Now, Spawn was made into a film in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
And obviously, it wasn't the best film in the world.
It was all right.
It was all right.
For what it was. For what it was for that time.
Okay. Yeah. Look, for me, didn't live up to what I expect to, and certainly the special effects are very, very dated now. But Todd McFarlane has decided to do a reboot of Spawn. He wasn't happy with the original either.
Yeah.
So he's actually directing this one, which is very unusual for a comic book writer to get a directing gig. Now, who did he sleep with in Hollywood to get this gig? No one. He's paying for this movie himself. He's given it a $10 million budget. So he looks at it like this, he's spending his own money. So who cares if it works or it doesn't work? I mean,
he's going a lot darker in this one. I believe
it's going to be rated R. It's certainly
more violent.
What you see on the comic book page, because it's Todd McFarlane, the creator,
it's going to be.
He's going to repeat the same thing in the film. So therefore, everything will be graphic. So absolutely, look, it's fantastic news. I mean, he's going to do it himself. I'm rooting for Todd McFarlane to be able to put his vision on the screen the way he wanted it to. So look, I'm very, very excited to see a release of Spawn. I assume it'll be in a few months' time we'll get an image of what Spawn actually looks like in this new iteration and who they've cast and when they start shooting. But early news about Spawn, but still very, very interesting stuff.
I'll be looking forward to seeing that for sure.
All right, and for my last story, I've got to talk about what's out at the cinemas this week, Rick, and what has been released this week.
This?
Well, it seems to be dead on arrival. And pardon the pun, I'm talking about Flatliners.
Oh, okay.
Now, Flatliners was a 1990 movie made with some big stars at the time, Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts. And certainly now, 27 years later, they've decided to do a remake. Now, it stars Ellen Page, all right, and it is a little horror thriller with the concept of medical students killing themselves to see if there's an afterlife. And then something happens and what happens when they come back, and it goes a bit dark and twisted. Look, Rick, if you're a real big fan of this film, go check it out. But if you're on the fence and you're going to read reviews...
The reviews aren't that good. No, I heard the reviews aren't that good.
No, they're shocking, Rick. Yeah, it sat at 0 for a while on Rotten Tomatoes. It is creeped up, I believe, to 5 or 6%. Apparently, they've made some substantial changes to the concept and made it, not as appetizing. But you know what the wonderful thing is, Rick? Film is subjective.
That's right.
So you may hate it, I may hate it, the dog may hate it, but you may love it. So if you want to go and see a movie this weekend that is in that horror vein, Flatliners is out. So let's have a look at a bit of a clip from Flatliners.
We witnessed the afterlife. Clear!
I'm going crazy.
Maybe we opened the door.
I should have told you the truth.
All right, so there you go. That is a clip of Flatliners. Like I said, you can check it out at your local cinema. It is out this weekend. Rick, that's all I have in movies this week.
No worries.
I think it's time for us to move on to streaming.
All right, guys, so let's get into streaming. Let's start off with Netflix. All right. 25 years ago.
Yep.
I don't know if anyone was a big fan back in the day, but you can't talk really about, I guess, pop culture without Def Comedy Jam. Now, people who aren't familiar with Def Comedy Jam, it was created by Russell Simmons, who's really big in the music industry. And basically what he wanted to do was, he saw a lot of upcoming rappers and everyone through music, and he was taking them through there. But he did see a lot of potential that with people in comedy that were out there that didn't get the recognition that they should be getting. They're hitting the clubs, they're doing what they're doing, but there was nothing out there to promote these people. So he created Def Comedy Jam. And it stars a lot of big names in comedy. And it's celebrating 25 years, and Netflix have got it. It's fantastic. It stars Dave Chappelle. Oh, Dave Chappelle's classic. He's great.
One of the greats.
Cedric the Entertainer, you would have seen him in a lot of movies. Steve Harvey, he's been in a Family Feud. Yeah. People don't know Steve Harvey, Family Feud. And the big name, Kevin Hart. Started off in Def Comedy Jam. And Cat Williams, well, if you're a fan of Cat Williams, you're a fan of Cat Williams. But basically it's just they pay homage to Russell Simmons and they're celebrating 25 years. You see a bit of comedy, you go back, flashbacks. Yep. It's a really good, if you want to waste a good hour and a half and have a bit of a laugh, it's really definitely worth a watch. So, get on that Def Comedy Jam 25.
That sounds good.
Moving on to Stan, Penny Dreadful. They've just released all 3 seasons of Penny Dreadful.
Okay.
I've watched a couple. I don't know, have you ever watched it, Jace? Yeah.
No.
It's okay, and they've only done 3 seasons. That's it.
That's it?
I don't know if they're going to be moving on to a 4th season. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, look, I enjoyed it. I didn't mind it. Some episodes are okay, but basically what it is, Penny Dreadful is a frightening psychological thriller that weaves together classic horror origin stories into aged adult drama.
Yep.
So, if you're into that, get on it.
Yep. So Frankenstein.
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Fair enough.
They put a bit of a modern twist on it.
A lot of those shows out these days, though, isn't there?
There is. So maybe it just didn't really take off. But they got the 3 seasons. It's worth a watch. Now, this is the big one. Oh, man, I'm very excited for this. Foxtel have released brand new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah.
Who loves a bit of Larry David? And now the people who don't know who Larry David is the actual creator of Seinfeld. Yeah. And... he obviously did his own show after this, and it is fantastic. It is, what can you say about it? It is just
I mean, it is funny. Yeah,
it's twisted
very, very
humour.
funny,
Yeah. So that is 9:30 on Mondays, same day as the US on the Comedy
good.
Channel.
We're getting really good now, aren't we? We're not really having to wait much anymore.
I'm liking it, the same day. I like that. I don't like it when they release the whole season straight out. It's good to break it up.
Yeah, totally.
So, definitely get on that, guys. But, hey, look, if you want to check it out, let's throw to a clip of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Let's have a look.
Hey, I can't look at this.
Two people aren't allowed to be happy?
Well, you're allowed to be happy, but not in front of me, so...
There you go, guys. I'll leave that one up to you. But,
That's a great
Larry
show.
David at his best.
Fantastic.
All right, Jace, that's it.
All right,
Move on
well,
to
it's time
gaming.
to move on to gaming.
Beautiful.
All right, gaming this week. Well, it's the beginning of October, so that generally means the two major consoles out there, Xbox One and PS4, they release their free games.
Oh, nice.
So if you have memberships with either of them,
Yep.
you get access to free games. And that means Xbox One, you're going to get a game called Gone Home, will be out for you free to download,
Nice.
as well as the Turing Test and Oxenfree. So they're the three games that you can download for $0. Xbox 360 also give away, and they give away some of their bigger titles too, the Xbox 360, because it is an older console, including Rayman 3 HD and Medal of Honor Airborne. So again, if you go through Xbox 360, Xbox One, they're your free games.
Why not?
In the area of PS4 and PS3, PS4 you get the Amnesia Collection, you get a game called Shoe, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and Skyforce Anniversary. That's 4 games you get. You can
That's
get access to. That's pretty
Mate,
bloody good.
For free.
That's right.
Can't
And then
complain.
if you got a PS3 and you still got one of them, you can get access to Hustle Kings, Monster Jam Battlegrounds, and Skyforce Anniversary. So if you've got a console
Wow.
and you're broke as, you still got access to some games there if you need to. So that's absolutely brilliant. I think it's fantastic.
So how do they do that? How do they...
Well, they just go through their store.
Oh, okay.
Through their
Easy that.
store, and they're hooked up to the internet, and they're laughing, Rick.
There you go.
Okay, now moving on to retro consoles.
Hey.
Big bad way. Have they been?
This has been
coming
hitting
out
the news
now?
a lot,
I think
yeah.
we've already talked about
We
the
have.
NES,
Yeah.
the classic SNES that now they're releasing. They've also done an Atari box, which I
Wow.
believe. But we ain't over yet. Let's go retro back 80s, and let's talk the release of the Commodore 64.
Oh, yes!
They're releasing
Wow.
a mini Commodore 64.
No way.
Now, Rick, I had a Commodore 64
Yeah,
big time.
yeah,
With the 5 1/4 inch disc drive.
Well, disc drive,
I
yeah.
had the games. I had the cool joysticks. I was into it big time. Commodore 64 was a big part of my existence and my friends in the late 80s. So it's brilliant to see they're releasing the
Wow.
console out now, which is titled to come out next year. But it's great. It's the actual little machine itself, as
Yeah.
well as the controller, as well as the preloaded games. Now, a couple of classic games that are included on this. One is Impossible
Yeah.
Mission, which fucking a huge game.
That is
Took me
awesome
forever.
game.
But the cream of the crop on this one, and I don't know anyone in my age group that didn't love this game and get ultra competitive, that is California
Yep.
Games. Now,
Yeah.
California
How
Games
good is
was brilliant.
that?
Game where you would go surfing,
Yes.
go roller skating,
Yes.
you would
BMX,
do
doing the-
BMX,
Yeah, the flips,
everything.
the tricks.
So,
Wow.
absolutely brilliant. Now, I reckon that's going to be around $150 to buy, which isn't too bad, I would say. So,
What's the release on that?
well, they reckon it's 2018, but they're not saying when. I would say it would be more likely the later half of the year.
Wow, that's
so check
awesome.
that out when that comes out, because if you're a fan of Commodore 64,
That is brilliant.
it's back. So that's good stuff.
That is brilliant.
All right, and the last bit of news I've got is actually about VR. Now, VR we've talked about a little bit in some previous stories, how they're now, that platform is really starting to take off. And in the fact that 343 Industries, which created the Halo series, or took over from Bungie, has now decided they're launching a small story in the VR space called Halo Recruit, which is really fascinating stuff. This means, to me, the story about this isn't that they're making this small game. It's about these big companies are investing big into VR technology. Now, apparently in this game, you'll be a recruit, you'll have to go through training, but you'll be standing next to a full-size elite. You'll be able to use all the weapons.
Wow.
you'll be able to engage in the Halo universe. Now, some people have already seen it and been part of the VR experience, are blown away by this, Rick. They really think they've stepped it up a level. And it's just wonderful to see the now iconic characters being in that VR space. So, look, let's just take a little bit of a look at a clip of some of the footage behind the scenes of what's happening there. Well, there you go. Not a lot of footage is out about at the moment, but you still see that's a little bit of snippet of what they're working on. So absolutely fantastic. So keep your eyes out for that. I would suggest, Rick, in the next couple of years, VR is going to go off huge here in Australia.
Sounds like it is. There's a lot more
there is
coming across on the news and everything.
Absolutely.
It's just pumping it,
They've got the controls figured out now. They've got the headsets figured out.
Yeah.
The technology's stable. It's ready to really explode out there. So keep an eye on that. And that's all I've got for gaming this week, Rick, which means we lead straight into music. All right,
guys, we're going to get into a little bit of sad news. Rock legend Tom Petty dies after suffering a heart attack at home. So if you guys aren't, probably the younger guys who aren't too familiar with Tom Petty, he was a music rock legend. He did songs Free Fallin', American Girl. If you know those songs, you know who I'm talking about. So Tom Petty
Won't
died.
Back Down.
Yeah, Tom Petty died after suffering a heart attack on Sunday evening at his home in Malibu.
Yeah.
The music legend, best known for his such as hits as Free Fallin' and American Girl, was found unconscious and rushed to the UCLA Santa Monica Hospital, but could not be revived.
Very, very, very sad.
So
Absolute,
very, very sad.
Was dominant in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. So great musician. So it's a bit sad to see that go, but that's it.
No, big bucket of win for him. He had a great life.
So yeah. So all right, let's move on. Let's get into some other news. What do we got now? I saw this and I thought, wow, this just really is being under the thumb a bit. Miley Cyrus has cleaned up her act. If you've actually followed a bit of Miley Cyrus, she's actually stopped the weed, smoking the weed and all that. So she's trying to get into that more of a, grown-up stage, I guess, of her life. So she's obviously engaged to Liam Hemsworth, which is, if you guys know, he's the Australian actor who's the brother of Thor. So Molly gets a little bit, I don't know, maybe controlling, a little bit jealous. So what she does is she hires spies to spy on Liam when he's on film sets. So, yeah. When he's on film sets, so because she says that she trusts him, but she,
She doesn't trust shit. Number one, if this story is true, which I would really like to see photos of this.
Yeah.
Two, if it is true, right, she's got a fucking problem.
Yeah.
She might as well leave him again. It might as well be all over. Because you can't trust him in that scenario. What's the point?
She says
being engaged to the guy.
She trusts her man, but when he's at home, but she hates to lose him to a hot actress when he's on location. So,
well, whatever.
Wow, just like, okay, well there you go. I don't understand it either. But why would you pay someone to spy on your other half? But hey, look, if you're a celebrity and you've got cash, that's what you can do.
Miley, I think the only time her mouth should be opening, a song should be coming out of it. That's it.
That is it. All right, now let's get on to a bit of touring in Australia. This just actually dropped yesterday. Mariah Carey is coming to Australia. She, on her official Twitter, she tweeted out that she will be doing her tour, the Australian and New Zealand. It's called the Ones Tour. It comes in February. The only way you can get tickets at the moment is you have to sign up to her fan club for exclusive pre-sale access. So you've got to, obviously, it's her marketing way that she, sign up to her.
Well, wait, Rick. What's the name of her tour? Number Ones.
Yeah, Number Ones.
So what? 3 songs and that's it? Is that
Mate, I don't know.
That
Number Ones.
Is pretentious as
Number
hell.
Ones. Oh, like, yeah.
Unless she's singing other people's number one hits. That might be the case.
She's a massive diva. So
She's
mate.
a space cadet.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, look at her past relationships. She was married to Nick Cannon.
Yes.
You know, and then she went from there. She went to what's his name, Packer. You know, fuck me. Has everyone seen Packer? How ugly is that fuck? But when
Yeah,
you've got money,
it's all about the money,
It's all
isn't
about
it?
cash. And then now she dumped him, and she's dating some fucking 22-year-old backup dancer. Fuck.
Unbelievable.
So, mate, that's it. So if you're a Mariah Carey fan, get on that. But let's just throw to a clip to one of her concerts.
Yeah, let's have a look.
There you go, guys. Mariah Carey. So get on it if you want to see her next year in February.
Oh, I can't remember. I can't wait to remember not to buy tickets for that. That's it for music.
That's it for music.
Well, look at that, Rick. We've
That's it.
plowed through 12 stories tonight.
We did.
We've talked about things that we found interesting throughout the week. And we'd love you guys to engage with us and talk to us about stories that you found interesting or comment on the stories that we spoke about tonight. Rick, how do they dialogue with us?
Guys, all you need to do is just give us a comment down below. Please like this video and please also like our social media pages. Just follow us all on our social media pages as well. It's as easy as that. And everything that we speak about on the show is on our Facebook page.
Check
So
out that Facebook page.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in for another weekly episode of The Weekly Spread. And we'll see you next week. See you
ya.
guys.